Well, here's a look at all of the Canadians last week at Quail Hollow. Corey Connors was the other Canuck to make the cut. He finished T19, while Nick Taylor, Mackenzie Hughes, and Adam Hadwin all missed the cut. But Bob, what impressed you the most about Taylor Pendrith's game at Quail Hollow?
You know, what impressed me a lot was just his determination and his confidence, and it's a quiet confidence. It's not boisterous. You don't see him, do big, huge fist pumps too often, but you do see him walking with a smile, walking with his head up. I think he's pretty proud of where his game is right now and how he is able to manage some of the most difficult golf courses. This was a big, long, wet golf course. And Taylor Pendrith is one of the guys who will just not worry about that. Just say, okay, well, these are the conditions I got this week. Let's go play that. That's the kind of attitude he has. I think there was a little bit of frustration of when you put in a lot of hard work and you don't see the results. And that's sort of what had happened leading into this. He'd been playing pretty well by his measures, but not seeing it on the scorecard. I do think that a good result like this goes a long way to telling him he's on the right track. I mean, this is a T5 at a major championship is a great finish. And of course, it just sort of bleeds into the next week and the week after that. So we'll see what happens. He's been working very, very hard on his putting. And I think that's the one aspect of his game that when that works, the rest of his game is so solid that he is a real good competitor, a guy who could easily win at any week.
Mark, it's Pendrith's fourth top 10 of the season, his best ever finish at a major championship too, which is great to see. What's your outlook now for Pendrith for the rest of the season?
I'd still love to see Taylor win. Again, I mean, I'm going to be careful here, guys, because, it's backhanded compliments, right? It's the bar's been risen for Team Canada. And I don't really want us to, pound the pavement and celebrate the top 10s anymore. These guys are too good for that, including Taylor Pendrith, And the one day that jumps out for me, or the problem I have here, Scully, is the Saturday, right? When Scottie Scheffler shot 65 on Saturday, Taylor Pendrith shot 72. And that day right there, where a guy who was in the top 5 in strokes gained off the tee at the end of the week, which is the reason why you liked him coming into this week and why you were correct on that this was a big adult-sized ballpark and you need to be good off the tee. Taylor proved that. And on the Saturday, when he needed to make the move to get himself in this, and when Scottie Scheffler was out there shooting the 65 on the Saturday, he went on the negative side of strokes gained off the tee and fell outside the top 50. So when you got to dance with who brought you to the ball. We say it all the time, and that was a bit of a rough Saturday. But I'd be very surprised if we went this entire year, especially if we throw the fall into the mix here, if we don't have a win by Taylor Pendrith at some point this calendar season.
Yeah, Taylor Pendrith for the week overall, he improved in that strokes gained off the tee category, 4th in strokes gained off the tee for the week, 39th in strokes gained putting as well. So sort of the story of his season, Mark, where the putter, he was amazing with the flat stick last year, but you just got to think, if he gets hot one week with the putter, there's no chance he's not in the mix on a Sunday afternoon, right?
Yeah, to me, I consider this a bit of an improvement putting week. I mean, we've been hovering outside the top 100, especially on the West Coast swing, and we've been waiting for him to kind of sneak back to where he was. And maybe he doesn't get back to last year's form with the putter. That was a very big ask. You look at those numbers last year from Taylor Pendrith. For Taylor, those are historically good putting numbers. The good news for him is for him to win a golf tournament, I don't think he needs to get to where he was last year with the putter. I think he needs to continue to be the dominant guy he is off the tee and just be a very good putter. Get to that 20 to 30, strokes gained putting range. Give yourself the chance to win. Right week, right time. That's the way I kind of feel for Taylor Pendrith, considering we still have a long way to go here too. Lots of golf in front of us.
Best career major finish for Taylor Pendrith, a T5. Corey Connors, the other Canadian to make the cut, also had a good week. He finished tied for 19th.